Few here can remember the last time this swimming pool was so busy. For the past few days, young men from a northern area of Homs province in western Syria have been coming here to relax. A recent ceasefire agreement between Russia and the main opposition group that controls the area has meant this is the first time most of these men have been able to leave their homes in months.
We support the truce as long as it will end the violence and destruction. The situation is already better. We can now spend time outside and do activities like this, unlike before when we had no choice but to hide indoors.
For Dr. Muaz Rajab, the end of the fighting has also allowed him to reopen his clinic. But he has mixed feelings about the deal, which led to the creation of the de-escalation zone.
The ceasefire will put an end to fear and deaths, but the negatives are that we will go back to square one after years of fighting. I don't believe the regime will release the prisoners or that the military checkpoints won't prevent us from trying to do our jobs. So we feel like birds in cages that are being fed but might be killed at any moment.
There are now 4 de-escalation zones across Syria, including here in the southwestern city of Daraa, where volunteers for Syria's civil defense, also known as the White Helmets, have been clearing unexploded bombs. Thousands of mines and cluster bombs have been defused since the agreement took hold here a few months ago. But many more remain.
Due to the barbaric shelling of Daraa by the regime, the area is now loaded with cluster bombs. We came here to clear the area of explosives so people can go to their homes safely.
Syria's de-escalation zones, home to around 2.5 million people, were negotiated by Russia, Turkey and Iran earlier this year. In recent weeks, Moscow and Washington have also reached an agreement on the safe areas. As part of the deal, Syria's government is to allow what is described as unhindered humanitarian aid into rebel-held areas, and public services such as electricity and water are to be restored. Syria's de-escalation zones are not only holding, but are growing. And there's an increasing sense that this nearly 7-year conflict could be entering into a new phase. A phase which could see fighting decrease in a meaningful way. But with so much of Syria still an open battlefield, this conflict is far from over. Imtiaz Tyab, Al Jazeera on the Lebanese-Syrian border.